Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. I used to think that the only way to make a good living was to climb the corporate ladder, get one stable job and stick to it, and hope that everything would work out in the long term. But somewhere along the way, watching friends get laid off with no warning, and seeing just how unpredictable the economy was, I realized that if I wanted true financial freedom, I couldn't just rely on one income stream. This year, I've been super intentional in diversifying my income streams, not just for the sake of having multiple income streams, but because I wanted true financial freedom and security. In today's video, I'll be breaking down all the money that I made in the first 6 months of 2025 and exactly where it all came from. Let's get straight into it. My biggest source of income, and by far my most reliable one, is my full-time job as a data scientist, and this made up around 65% of my total income for the first half of this year. While the 9-to-5 grind is not always glamorous, it does offer financial stability, a solid paycheck, and tons of room for growth. Plus, I am someone who enjoys the structure that a 9-to-5 adds into my life, and I do enjoy chatting with my co-workers as well. I've been in this industry for almost 10 years now, starting out as an intern back in 2016, and since then I have more than tripled my salary. This income stream is very much active as I am constantly trading my time for money, and I do work some pretty intense 40-hour weeks. Now, my second largest income stream, and probably one that surprises most people, is bank interest, which makes up around 16% of my total net income for the first half of this year. I know this isn't ideal, but I do have a large amount of cash sitting in a bank account right now as I am actively house hunting and ready to put down a deposit. With interest rates sitting at around 5% for the majority of this year, I do get a good amount of interest paid out to me every single month, although I do have to pay tax on it. And to put this into perspective, having $100,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account will generate you $5,000 of passive income per year. Of course, this won't be relevant if you have a mortgage offset account or any other high-interest debt that you might want to pay off first. My next portion is freelancing and contracting work, which made up around 14% of my net income. This is mainly content creation that I was doing for a Y Combinator-backed startup and creating educational and promotional content for both their websites and their social media channels. And I also picked up a data contracting gig for a friend's startup that's been keeping me pretty busy. And to be honest, I took on way more freelancing work than I expected over the first half of this year. Initially, it was very exciting to build up a new income stream, but between starting a new job, trying to make time for YouTube, for family and friends, and getting 8 hours of sleep every day, I was exhausted. And I didn't want to admit this to myself for the longest time, and I wanted to push through and do it all, but I was reaching a point of burnout. And I have made the call to cut back, and these days I'm a lot more intentional with which projects I take up. I still love the flexibility and creativity that freelancing gives me, but I'm learning the hard way that rest is equally as important. My next income stream are dividends, and this made up around 4% of my total income. Now, this income stream is completely passive once you set it up. Dividends are basically payments you receive when you own shares in certain companies, as some of these companies will pay you a portion of their profits back. Now, over time, these small payments start to compound and they really add up. And it's one of those quiet, passive income streams that keeps growing the longer you stay invested. I've personally been investing in the stock market regularly since 2018, mainly buying a bunch of ETFs and a couple of individual tech stocks. If you are new to investing, ETFs is a great way to start. They are like a mix of different companies all in one investment, so that way you are not putting all your eggs in one basket and you can still earn dividends along the way. Think about it as a fruit salad of different fruits. Now, if you're interested in earning dividends for yourself, I want to introduce you to Moomoo, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. And please don't click away, they've got a super juicy sign-on bonus for you. Moomoo is a brokerage platform that makes investing super simple and accessible. I actually used to use Westpac's share trading platform up until earlier this year, and back then, each of my trades would cost me $15, which started to add up as I was buying in regularly every single month. With Moomoo, trades start from just $3 for Australian stocks and 99 US cents for US stocks, excluding third-party fees and foreign exchange costs. And they are honestly one of the most affordable platforms I have ever come across. One feature that I really like is how easy Moomoo makes researching different ETFs. They have this built-in comparison tool where you can quickly check things like how an ETF has performed over the past few years, what the management fees are, and even the top companies it's invested in. And once you've decided on your ETFs, Moomoo has an auto-invest option that automatically invests a set amount every single month and even lets you reinvest your dividends. And one thing that I do want to mention, there is a common misconception that investing is only for rich people, but that is just not true with Moomoo. Thanks to low brokerage fees and fractional investing options, Moomoo makes it super easy to start investing starting from just $5, allowing you to build your own wealth at your own pace. And the current sign-up bonus is super sweet. Moomoo is giving away up to 38 free stocks if you just sign up and deposit some money. Plus, there are $0 brokerage fees for 30 days during the promo period. So if you've been thinking about investing and wanting to build up an additional income stream like me, I highly recommend you check out Moomoo, and I'll have them linked in my description box below. Now moving on, let's talk YouTube income, specifically brand sponsorships, which only made up 1% of my total income this year. Now you often hear YouTubers talk about making 6 figures from brand deals, and while that's definitely true for some, the reality is pretty different if you are a small creator. It's super easy to get caught up in the glamorized version of content creation, but the reality is that sponsorship income is definitely pretty modest when you're just starting out and don't get that much engagement or views yet. I only took on 3 sponsorships this year, mainly because I was feeling pretty burnt out with all the freelance content creation that I was already doing for other brands, and I just didn't have the capacity to deliver anymore. It is still a very small piece of my pie for now, but I am hoping to grow this number organically over time. And lastly, there's YouTube AdSense, which makes up around 0.5% of my total income. And this is the money that I get from the ads which play on my videos. Most of my AdSense actually comes from older videos up on my channel, so it's pretty passive income at this point. I get around $100 per month on average. This is nothing groundbreaking, and it's definitely not enough to justify all the hours I go into creating my videos, but it's a small income stream that adds up over time. And lastly, a very small amount comes from affiliate links, probably around $150 to date. Now I know a lot of small creators can make large amounts of money from affiliate marketing, but I just don't have that many product recommendations to share, so this is all just bonus money for me. Anyway, that is my complete income breakdown for the first 6 months of 2025. I hope that you found this interesting. If you're working on your own income streams, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to know. Thank you again to Moomoo for sponsoring today's video, and as always, I will see you in my next one. Bye!